Welcome to another video here on antiques and recent sale prices. A reminder, if you like this stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe because we follow the market pretty closely. Today we're going to take a look at some Republic era porcelain, which is doing pretty good. Has been doing pretty good for quite a while. Here we have quite a tall sale. $5,400 single bid. Got this pair of what's sold as Republic era porcelain lidded sugar jars from 1915. Quite intense scenes with multiple dragons. You'll notice if we take a close look here, we do have 5-clawed dragons, which you shouldn't be surprised to see. But pretty good looking lidded jars here. Let's go take a look at the base, which I believe is unmarked, but some good signs of age there. It does look pretty appropriate for the period, and folks who follow the eBay channel know that I am not out here to sniff out fakes on eBay. I do try to select items that I think have a likelihood to be genuine or have sold for an outrageous amount that are worth looking at. Anyways, these do look pretty good. They're really not my style. I'm not, of course, if I saw them affordable, I would probably pick them up and grab them. I certainly don't collect the dragons and busy items like this, but very nice, very good sale. $5,400, $150 to ship. Very impressive. Very impressive. So, moving on, we have what also very interesting item. Nice to see the amount of bid action on this one. Honestly, is something I have not really seen like this before. The the porcelain horse stands are very interesting. The hat stands are very interesting. These are good subjects. We've got great coloration going on in here. And it does look relatively Republic era the closer that I look at it. This would be done by hand. And you've almost got a little bit of like a cracked blue stylization once you look close here in the blue. And let's see. Very nicely done here. And the one nice thing about seeing this blue like this is the lack of uniformity is something you kind of do want to see. But let's take a look at these bases. Gosh, this is very odd. I really have never seen anything quite like this. Huh. What do those bases look like? We have no photo of the base. Here we go. So we were drilled. Looks like probably drilled in the 50s. It's an interesting piece. I don't know what to make of it. It's again, this item is not my style, but obviously did very well. 49 bids, getting up to almost $3,000. Where did we start? We started all the way at $20. Wow. So bravo. Quite the sale there. $30 shipping, $3,000 sold. All right. So moving on to something that's a little bit more standard, something that we might just recognize as a bit more normal. We've got the crane bowl with bats on the exterior, well painted. You can see we've got a little bit of this bluish hue to the porcelain, which is nice to encourage the age. And these are really nicely painted clouds around the edge. That is kind of cool. And we're alternating with colorization, so we've got an every other pattern that just adds a little bit of flair. And we've got the cranes in the center with some floral scenes around them. Several different colors of flowers. We've got bats on the rim. And we've got these other birds, possibly these sparrows that are upside down. I'm not sure what the black and white bird is. I don't think that is a sparrow. Very nice bowl. Let's take a look at this underside. which again looks very Republic to me. Certainly has some early 20th century feel to it, and the painted bottom, well, it looks like there's a little bit more there too. The painted bottom looks about right. Let's get the close up. Yep, that is nice to see. Nice to see a seller that's doing their diligence here. And also, this is interesting because the initial picture does not make me think this is this size. So this is quite a large bowl right here. Very nice. Very nice. And here we have what I thought was a pretty cool piece. We have a uh, Republic period Immortals vase. This is an interesting one. The sort of rim stylization is a little bit different than you might see in a lot of other Republic pieces, and I'll get to what I'm talking about there, which means to me it might be a little bit earlier in this style, but the painting itself might not support that. It might just be a little different. If we take a look at the painting, obviously pretty well done here. Let's see if we can get even closer to... No, not really. Here we go. So, there is our close-up. You can see once we get a bit closer into the faces, they look pretty good for early 20th century, and this painting certainly stylizes right alongside with the Republic period. It's nice to see a little bit of wear on the painting as well, and some of this lack of uniformity in these colors. That is really well done, and I like this blue shaded tree that's right here. That's really well done. This is very nicely painted, done with a very fine brush. And here we have a nice base to go with it, which is always nice when things come with potentially original base. Overall, very nice little vase. Getting all the way up to $1,350. Let's see, where did we start? Did we start at $20? We started at $9. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Like I was saying, the bid action right now on some of these Republic pieces is very strong. Yes, some of my personal favorites here. We have the goddess, potentially a Guanyin figure, on these almost Kong-shaped vases with the butterfly at the top. Very lovely piece, if you ask me. And the painted designs going around it are also quite spectacular, and really nice work on these butterflies at the top as well. They're kind of a little more interesting, a little more intricate than your regular butterfly. Also imagined a little bit differently as well. Sorry, there's a fly. And the interesting thing here about these that, oh my goodness, eBay, come on, is that they're not quite squares. They do slant, which probably was a hassle when they were being made and fired, but kind of cool, and adds to the unique flavor to these vases. I think they would look really cool in the right spot. And on the bottom, we get a good 4-character red mark, which looks just about right to the period for a Republic piece. And overall, just some lovely scenes here. Here we have the dagger being thrown. That's probably not Guanyin then, probably, but I don't know. Could be. Not the best on my mythology. Here we get another different butterfly. Very cool. Really cool pieces. And 22 bids to get up to $1,336. Let's see, we go down. We started at $199. Frankly, $199 would be a great buy for this. 1,336 seems closer to the right mark. Very strong Republic porcelain. Now here is something that I really like, and you will see kind of frequently in Republic porcelain, and a little bit after to the 50s and 60s, is these snowy scenes. Are the snowy scenes that were very popular from northern China. And these scenes, it goes saying, were very in demand during the early, middle, and late Republic period, including into some of the early PROC period. And I don't know if this was a Jing de Zhen piece. It very well could be. We have a known artist as well. 2 bids to get up to $965. I think that is pretty soft given what this is, and I would be pretty happy as a buyer to have picked this up for $1,000. It is a very nice piece, very well painted, as these snowy scenes usually are. They kind of harken back to a combination of the styles of Chinese painting and vase decoration, and that sort of collision leads to some of these truly wonderful pieces of art. You'll notice that this vase is quite large size-wise, and that's something that I think played a part in this adaptation of some of the painting subjects, because the canvas here is large enough to paint a drawn out snowy landscape scene that has the people very, very small, as they would be in a sort of traditional landscape painting. So this is very, very cool and very well done, if you ask me. I mean, you see we get all the way into the figures that are inside this little, potentially a little monastery or house. Um, and very, very lovely work all around the vase, if you ask me. And we even get, the nice thing about these works is that they were very intentionally signed with some description, potentially even a poem, and very, very lovely style from the Republic period. And like I said, $965 seems like a decent price. We've got, yeah, wow. Starts at $4.99. One bidder bids all the way to $955 from $4.99, and someone just beats them with $10 more. Wow. And this is kind of the risk of starting your auctions higher. And I guess I should probably stop talking there, because I know that I start my auctions higher. But potentially this could have done a lot more, and I could see this in a smart retail shop being listed for 2 or 3 times that amount and selling. Very, very lovely piece. Ah, yes, we have a bit more of a classic subject. I don't know what it is, but a lot of these seem to be moving back onto the market right now, and I don't know whether that's that they are I mean, always, of course, the big concern is that they're just a massive batch of fakes that have been produced, but I don't think so. I think it's more just people are starting to recognize Republic porcelain and really trying to push it out onto the market because it's doing so well. So, 54 bids to get this early Republic base up to $804. The thing that I actually think is the coolest about this vase is the vase has this really old base. And this old base, I think, is just really, really cool. It's got, it's well carved compared to modern pieces. You see, it's 2 pieces of wood that have been joined right there. And we have the ring base. It looks like it holds pretty sturdy, which is excellent for a base of this age. And what we have here, very similar to the other piece, we're getting to this 20th century style where we have author's signature and the poem, it's acknowledgement of the date, and then we have a painted scene on this side, and we have sort of a thinner base with a little bit thicker foot rim. You see here we get that thicker foot rim, and thicker foot rim. Thicker might not be the right word. It's certainly a finer foot rim. So $804, 54 bids. We start at 1 penny. Fantastic. So we've got 2 items left. Here we've got a old Chinese Famille Rose vase, which I wouldn't say this is necessarily Famille Rose. It's probably Republic period. You could probably date these markings. My Chinese is still the 101 level, so I won't attempt to do that. But we are not here to try to tell what is and is not a fake. We're here to look at sold prices. So We've got some pictures to take a look at here. This was a Zongqi vase that's sold as a Republic piece. Very nice. $599. So, lastly, we have our final Republic piece here, the 17.5-inch Chinese Republic period blue underglazed double happiness vase. Now these, the vase, etc. These are sold uh, all over China during this period, so they're kind of hard to date. I think that they're right to put it at Republic, but this is an interesting thing because it's something where the style didn't necessarily massively change between Republic and Qing Dynasty. So the double happiness vases are a little bit harder to date than anything else because they don't show this clear departure or this clear modern Republic era style that we started to move towards, and you can still see it today in the PROC porcelain. It just isn't quite the same. We get this sort of very decorated top portion and a similar decoration around the base to almost encapsulate the center canvas. You'll see this also very much here. We get the similar setup, which is very typically Republic or early PROC. So, well, thanks for running through. It was a fun little look at some of our recent, some of the recent sales on the old interweb for Republic era porcelain. It's a category that's been very, very hot. So we are always keeping an eye out for new items, keeping an eye out for where things are selling and for how much. But thanks for stopping by. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and just generally follow along with us. Have a great rest of your day, folks.